Cox, along with myself, Chris Lee, Graham Hill, the one producing for us today. So, Dennis, we just got the drop just a few moments ago. So, breaking news. I don't know if we have it, but we have the Canes schedule right now. Are you looking at it right now currently, Dennis?
I am, and I was actually going back through it, and of course, you look at it and you're like, all right, we get that home opener to start the season, Wednesday, October 11th against Ottawa, and then the State Fair's in town, and we're on the road for 6 straight. So it is typical
crazy,
Carolina.
Right?
It's typical Carolina Hurricanes schedule. I actually remember a few years ago they actually scheduled a Canes home game during the State Fair.
Oh
no, did not work out. It took me after working. I was there after the game for an hour before I even tried to get in my car to leave. I was still in the parking lot for another like 2.5, 3 hours. I'm sure there's some people out there listening probably thinking like, yeah, I was at that game too. Yeah, good on not doing that ever again. But we get the typical Canes schedule where a lot of early season road games between October 11th, the season opener, and November 11th, that first month of the season, only 4 home games. 4 home games during that stretch. They also have a 6-game road trip, a 3-game road trip, and a pair of games on the road as well. So you're looking at 11 of 15 games in that first month of the season, all on the road.
Here's something that stood out to me.
Canes after dark early in the season.
Yeah, along with the early, being on the road for the Carolina Hurricanes, one of the things that stood out to me, and I wanted to see what was going to happen with this. North Carolina playing NC State on November 25th at Carter Finley Stadium. I was wondering if they were going to schedule around that. The NHL definitely scheduled around that. So
smart.
That is really good. So you have home games on November 24th and then home game on November 26th, which is good. So now that you have that UNC and NC State game kind of sandwiched in the middle. But then I go to the end of the season, and basically you end the season 4 straight games on the road, and I would hope that the Canes already have the division kind of sewed up by that point, because that's going to be tough to go on the road at Boston, at St. Louis, at Chicago, at Columbus, and try to make sure that you're sewing everything up and having the division in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see what ends up happening, but a lot of road stretches. It's very home friendly towards the middle of the schedule, beginning and end of the schedule. A lot of away games.
I actually really appreciate the fact when it's late December through January and into February. Well, before we get daylight savings and all that, or while it gets dark at 5:00, that we have home games as opposed to West Coast games, because nothing stinks more when it's dark at 5:30 and you got to stay up for a 10 o'clock puck drop. That is awful. That is the worst. And thankfully, we don't have to experience really anything like that really this upcoming season. So for that, I am grateful.